Hi, it's me again with CorelDraw Tips and Tricks. Put a cut line or a borderline cut line around two words. I'm just using epilogue laser because I'm a big fan of epilogue lasers. We're going to grab this and I am going to make this font, this fancy font. But then I'm going to go to Object and break it apart so I can nest this other letter in there. Now, if we look at this with no fill, these fonts have broken, and that's one of the reasons I decided to make the video when I was playing around with it. You don't want that, especially for a laser engraver, because that could give you cut lines that you don't want. So we're going to go to Object. There's no weld key, as you can see, because it's a font. You can't weld a font. Well, you can if you go to Object, Shaping, and Weld, and look at that. Grab this, Object, Shaping, and Weld. Now, I've got my nudge factor set on 5 inches because this is, well, now that's 12 inches. So let's make it 13-inch nudge factor. Let's grab them both in because we have two items. We put a boundary. We can move the boundary out of the way. Now, we're going to go to Effects and Contour, and we're going to contour to the outside just 0.2 with rounded corners. That's not big enough. I guess I made my thing a lot bigger than I was practicing on. That's about pretty good. Now we're going to go to Object and break the contour apart. Now, there's two ways to get rid of this. And I like the second one, but I'm going to show you the first one. You could get rid of that. But let's say you didn't see that. The best way to do it then is to grab it all and go up to Object and break the curve apart. That way, when you move this guy, those two parts are going to stay there. Now, let's go ahead and turn these black and make them black and take away the outline so it will not cut. And then put that there, and that looks pretty good. Anyway, hope that gave you some ideas, and thank you for watching. And you don't have to have the contour that big. You could, well, let me just keep going. You could actually, now that you have the contour, you could go backwards, let's say like 0.3, and make a smaller contour, go up to Object, break the contour apart. You just need to make sure you don't encroach on the letters. See the gap in here is smaller than it is here? Well, let's just make a duplicate of this two words. Hit the plus key and move them over, and then move this up and look at the difference. This inner contour has more rounded corners than that, and it's a little bit tighter. So in cutting, like on a laser or a vinyl cutter, which I know very little bit about, that would probably look better. Anyway, I hope that helped a little bit. Thank you for watching.